In 1969 he died. And none of us was at that time so much established. My elder brother, he started his business very newly, and me just graduated, so I started a job in a school as a teacher in our village. And we were looking for better chances. My cousin, as I said, who was with me in the freedom fighting, he came back also, and he started his business again. And after that, I also went to join his business, which was a family business. And that time, suddenly I got a chance to go abroad in Singapore. For business purposes, I went there. With my elder brother, I went to Singapore. And from there, when I went to Singapore, I started business. My elder brother also, he went there, and we started business over there. At that time, Singapore was developing. It was booming period of Singapore that time. There was a lot of construction jobs and etc. We took some subcontract from the original contractor there, etc. And there in Singapore, we opened a company for, at that time Singapore was, booming, that was a booming period of Singapore, and they are developing a lot. Their new airport they were building the new airport, they were constructing a bridge like that surrounding the Singapore. Singapore actually is an island like that. And so there was a lot of jobs that time. So we went there, opened a company, a partnership company with two of our Chinese friends over there, and name was Sing Bang Construction Company, Singapore Bangladesh Construction Company. We worked there for a few days, about 1 year, but that our Chinese partners, they start some cheating with us, and we were not, happy with them. So my brother told me, at that time, one of my friend, my cousin, he sent some people to Singapore to export those people to Brunei to work legally. And one of them, I give them shelter there in Singapore, and they are going to Brunei, but mostly they got jobs in Singapore, because in Bangladesh that time it was a big problem, unemployment problem. People were trying to go abroad to get some job for earning. So I came Bangladesh and took with me about 50 people to Singapore, and from there they were supposed to go Brunei. But they got job in Singapore. All of them, I provided them job in Singapore. And then as I was working with this construction company, as I told, then we had problem with the Chinese. And my brother said, okay, we went to, we appointed a lawyer to solve these problems. And by that time, suddenly one of my friend was in Singapore, and he told me one day, do you like to join a ship as a crew member of the ship? There is a chances, and we can travel everywhere where the ship is going. Then I took the chance. I had an adventure mood always. I used to go, I loved adventures, for that reason. From there I went to the shipping company, Singapore. That time they were recruiting a lot of people, and another one of my friend and relative, both of us, we got a job. They offered us, and it was an adventure for me. I had never been in a ship, so I thought, okay, let's go. And I joined ship that time. Me and my a friend, both of us, joined that shipping line. It was Panama Bay, under the Panama flag shipping line. So, to join the ship that was in Japan that time, they recruited me in Singapore and give me a ticket to fly to Japan. The shipping line, they arranged our visa and everything. They sent us Japan to join our vessel. My brother said, okay, you go, never mind. I am here, I shall take care of this company. That time I was 21 years old, you know. Yeah, 21. And I went Japan, and from there the agent took me to the ship, and I was so excited. It was a very big ship, and I never ever seen before like that. The ship was so big. There was, I mean, it's like a big city. So big. The name of that ship was Swan River. I remember, and I was astonished. It's just so big ship, and I joined there as a purser clerk. My job was to keep the records of the things which the ship they took from the port for the voyage and distribute it to the kitchen or some other people, whoever had the cat. I joined there, and from there the first voyage was from Japan to Australia, and from Australia to Saudi Arabia, like that. In first voyage it has gone very good. I enjoyed it too much. And second time when we are returning from Saudi Arabia to Australia in Perth, one day these people, I was in the vessel working, observing the crew members, their general crew members, they are working, they are cleaning the floors and everything, and I slept on the floor, and that time a heavy steel gate, it was which was closing the first floor, and all the floor there was a gate to close, like there's a flat on the floor. And I was near the gate, and suddenly it fell down on my left hand. Oh my God, and it was an accident, heavy accident. Immediately this hand was completely senseless. I had no sense. So emergency that removed the gate and took me, and so it was in still there was 5 days to go to Australia, and they had given me emergency treatment there, and after 5 days I was in Australia in the hospital. They said that there is one nerve, it was partially damaged, but it will be okay. Few days, so they had given me some exercise for this in my hand, handball, etc. And so after that, from there, the ship was coming back next voyage to Saudi Arabia again. I was in the ship because they cannot leave me in Australia, as per the law, in the ship, but I had no job that time. I was sick, due to my hand. But some other job, in the ship, the thing is, in the ship, nobody can sit idle. He has to do something. Even my one hand was not fully cured, even though I have to work sometimes. Our captain was very good, he was Pakistani. And that is the interesting thing. We fought against Pakistan, and my captain was from Pakistan. And a lot of Pakistani, they understand the main thing that why we separated. it was a political decision. That was why. But general public was, a lot of general Pakistani public was also supporting us. When they came to know the history, how they killed us, what's happened, everything. So that Pakistani captain was very good. He helped me a lot also that time. So as I came to Saudi Arabia, I asked permission to go to perform, to visit my holy place Mecca. Yeah. The ship was in Jeddah. I went to visit Mecca for performing Umrah, Hajj. And I was late there in Mecca. I was supposed to come the same day, but I cannot because when I got there, I was a little emotional. I got a lot of friends, and so I was late, say, that night, and everybody told me, no, you cannot go now, go tomorrow morning. Next day when I came, but the ship cannot wait for me. If they wait, they have to give, I think, they don't have so much time, or they have a limited time to stay in the port. They had only, I think, 36 hours permission for the port, so they can stay for me. If they stay, they have to pay penalty or something like that. So they hand over my passport to the agent, shipping agent over in Jeddah, and they inform our embassy also accordingly. So the ship, it left.
Without you?
Without me. And they left a message to my embassy that one of our crew members, he is lost. He is from Bangladesh. Okay. When I came, then I don't get the ship, and some of the people, they said, oh, maybe police may caught you, that's why you are here. You are an illegal immigrant now here. So I went to my embassy immediately. They said, yes, your captain, they left the information that you are here, you went from Mecca and you did not come. Then I told them the history, yes, I cannot come the same day, and I was late for about 2 hours, 3 hours like that. So they said, okay, now what to do? They send information to the agent of that ship in Jeddah that the man, your crew is here. So I went to the shipping line office. Then they said, yeah, the vessel left. Then they asked, they sent telex to the ship. The ship captain, he said, no, I cannot take him, or let him go to his country back. So I was a little bit disappointed. So the shipping agent, he said, okay, I am booking your tickets, flight, maybe after 1 week. For this week, you just stay here wherever you can with your friends. And after 1 week, when your ticket will be confirmed, you can go to your country back. So in these 10 days, we been in Jeddah, we met our friends and everywhere. And from there, I arranged a job in Saudi Arabia for me. So the company gave me a visa. So I went Bangladesh after 10 days and stayed in Bangladesh for about 1 month. And I had the job from Saudi Arabia already with the visa. So I applied to Saudi embassy for the visa that I am going to join this job. And after getting the visa, I came back to Saudi Arabia to work. I did not go back to the ship again. Though the shipping line, they called us. They said, okay, you stay home. The ship might be, they will call you back. But I did not go back again in ship. I came to Saudi Arabia to work. So it's happened like that. That suddenly I am not coming or something. Accidents, it's happened like that. So everybody, my relatives, they say, oh, now you are going to Saudi Arabia, it's a very hot place, very, lonely, etc. But as I told you, I loved adventure at that time. I said, no problem. Every year from Saudi Arabia, I could come and see you people. And my mom was not very happy. As I told, my father was not there that time. But I managed everyone, and I came. My brother, elder brother, at that time he was in Singapore. He was doing business.